So let's see. I don't know. Everyone lies to their parents sometimes. So I told my parents that I was going to visit my friend Amy, who lives in Platteville, and she goes to college there, and she just got her apartment with her boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, mom and dad, I'm going to spend the night with Amy. And they were like, okay, that's cool. But actually, I was going to Milwaukee to spend the night with my boyfriend. And everything was cool. I drove up there. It's about a 2 hour drive from where I lived at the time. So I drove like 2 hours and it was cool. And my grandma had just given me her old car because she got a new one. So she was donating a Chevy Malibu to me and it was from like 1999. So I thought, I'll be fine. So get up there, spend the weekend, it's cool. On my way back, it's hard for me to accelerate. I'm like, oh shit, like I can't go any faster than this. I was going like 30 miles per hour on the highway. People were like honking at me, like flipping me off, and it was just like really scary. I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I have to exit. So I exited and I checked the oil, it was fine. And I called my boyfriend and I was like, hey, I'm driving, my car is like overheating, what should I do? He's like, oh, you'll be fine if you check the oil. Like obviously neither of us knew anything about cars, still don't. And I'm driving and my car starts making this really disgusting sound. It's like, and I was like, shit. So I thought, you know what, I just have to get off the highway, I have to, like get to where I need to be. It's gonna be fine. So I just turned on my hazards, I was driving down the highway, and as I'm exiting, I'm in this little town called Troy, and it's right by Lake Geneva. I'm exiting, and my car just stops. Like, I can't turn the wheel anymore. I'm just freaking out. My car starts smoking. Like, smoke is just coming out of the front, and I'm just freaking out. And I start crying, and I didn't know what to do. And this man pulls up, and he was like 50 years old. And I was freaking out, and he rolls down his window, and he goes, hey, do you need help? And the first thing that came to my mind was like, no, don't let him know you're vulnerable. And I just said, no, I'm okay, but thank you. And my car just started smoking even more. And I was stopped in the middle of the road. So he pulled over and he was like, I'm like, it's fine, don't worry, I'll just help you move your car to the side. So as we're pushing this car, this lady pulls up. And she's like an older woman, about the same age as the man. And she's like helping us, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just needed to help you because I just helped my son. His car just broke down, and I was driving back from helping him, and it was really crazy. So they were helping me push my car, and she goes, my name's Patty. And the guy goes, Patty, you look really familiar. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And she goes, yeah, my name's Patty Storley. And he's like, oh my gosh, Patty, I'm John. I don't really remember his name, but he's like, I'm John. And she's like, oh my God. And he's like, we went to high school together. So I'm here, my car is broken, I don't know what to do. And these two people are having like a high school reunion. And I'm just like sobbing because I know my parents are gonna kill me. And basically I called my dad, and Patty like brought me to her house. I know that's really sketchy, but she did. She was cool, and yeah. And my punishment was I didn't have a car for about 3 months, so my parents had to drive me to work, and I wasn't allowed to go anywhere.